Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Sharpshooters Wrestling Channel presents to you ETE. I am Marcus, the grand finale, and I'm joined by not one, not two, but all three faces of Jemal. How are you doing on this Wrestlemania week? Allegedly.
Look, you already know. I've been counting down the days. If you follow Three Faces of Jemal on any platforms like Instagram or Facebook or anything else, you'll know that I'm counting down the days to WrestleMania.
Very hyped WrestleMania coming up. The big 4-0 in the 39-year anniversary of WrestleMania, because the first year had to for whatever reason. money. Just, make sure you did it so nice. We got to do it twice, kind of deal. But, in this time of year, this time of week, the only thing that's going through my head is the constant old WrestleMania theme. So,
yo, you gotta put Linda McMahon's theme song respect. You gotta give theme song some respect.
Hey, I wouldn't mind if at WrestleMania 40 this week that they decide to go back to that theme. So I know they're all in the weekend business right now, but if they decide to start WrestleMania with that song, I'll be like, you know what, fuck it.
Hey, that boy is not the Weekend anymore. His name is Abel.
His mama named him the Weekend. I'm gonna call him the Weekend. All right, but today we're talking about the top 40 WrestleMania wrestlers of all time. Now, this isn't a top 40 list of the greatest WWE wrestlers of all time or the greatest performers, or you may have your people who are on that you will have on your list as greats of all time. But how did they do stacked up against the granddaddy of them all, the showcase of the immortals, WrestleMania? So this is a list that I personally compounded when I was thinking about this, and I was like, fuck, they should do this like the NBA do their 40, or they did their 50, and then they did their 75. And I'm sure they're going, when they get to the next 25 years, 100. Hopefully we're all alive to see that by then. And I think WWE should do that, and it'd be something cool to see. So at this current moment, I decided to be like, you know what? Let me list 40 in no particular order, and I'm going to put the 40 in the comments. Jemal will represent the people in this, and see how I stack up against anybody else and who I may have left off.
I mean, there's a lot of people that's going to be left off of this list, for good and bad reasons.
Yeah. I mean, there's one obvious one that he's not allowed to be mentioned on this channel, but he's, he's great.
We know the vibes.
Yeah. So this is a controversial list, and I will tell you people who I left off the list where I was conflicted on leaving them off, but you know what? I thought WrestleMania-wise, they were kind of short. And I'm going to start with CM Punk did not make my list, which might be controversial.
It's not. As I'm here for the people, I'm going to have to remind the people that he only had really 3 good matches at WrestleMania, and then everything else is a crapshoot.
Yeah, it's just more like he was there on some of them.
What are we going to talk about?
He came out with John Cena with a Tommy gun? Nah.
We're going to talk about WrestleMania 23, the Extreme Elimination Chamber. That's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about it. No, we're not talking about that shit. The new breed versus the originals.
No, we're not doing that. We're not going that far back. Also on the list, Mick Foley. Yes, he had what he would call the greatest hardcore match of all time against him and Edge. But that whole storyline was about him having a WrestleMania moment. And the way he stacked up at WrestleMania isn't too well. He has a tag match with The Rock and whatnot, but it doesn't really
in a losing effort. In a losing
effort. He has hardcore match.
It is Batista.
And he has the Elimination 2000. Yeah. It's not.
It is. It's Batista, Randy Orton, Ric Flair,
Yeah. There's a few people.
They were handicapped. They were handicapped.
So I will go over 40 through 30 real quick with you right now. And this is not a list. I'm just gonna just name off people. If you hear a name that you say, what, they made it, or they probably shouldn't have, let me know. And if you don't hear a name that make it, please, Jemal, stop me right away. So I'm gonna go Kurt Angle, Andre the Giant, Sami Zayn, and Kevin Owens.
Hold up, let me stop you right there. Let me stop you right goddamn there. You're putting them here off the back of just last year, and that's it. They don't have no significant matches.
No. Come on, you can't do that. You can't do that to KO. He has the match.
I said stop from Sami Zayn. All right, Kevin Owens has a play, but we're talking Sami Zayn right now. The only reason why you even thought of Sami Zayn at WrestleMania is that huge bloodline angle that happened last year. Fuck what he did with goddamn Johnny Knoxville the year prior to that. Come on. It was a fun match. It was a match that was there. It was a throwaway match. It's Johnny Knoxville, bro. What are we doing here? You're wasting space. You're wasting space.
The entire Jackass crew.
Look, that match was a waste of space.
He's not. I'm giving him credit for this year because I'm assuming he's the number one contender for the Intercontinental title and is fighting Gunther, and I'm putting him on for this year as well. I'm saying he's going to have
that match. That match was just as much as a waste of space as John Cena and Nikki Bella versus Miz and Maurice, and they shouldn't have not went over, wasting WrestleMania moments, wasting them, wasted. Wasted.
I think
just for her to be.
John Cena can always look back and dodge the bullet. I would have been.
What a waste of time.
Scandal all day.
And talking about another wasted moments in WrestleMania. Remember that Teddy Long and John Laurinaitis kerfuffle?
Yeah, God. All right, now that having stopped, I got the pause for Sami Zayn. We will continue. One that I was like, I wasn't sure, but I was like, you know what? It's enough years, and I think he added Ric Flair made my list.
Old and new. Yeah. He got some bangers.
Yeah, controversial. The Miz should have made my list. I went back and forth with this. He has a lot of WrestleManias. He's been at a lot of them.
But there's been, as I just mentioned him earlier before, with the throwaway match, even though it was a throwaway, that was the team that should have won. The triple threat with him, Finn, and what was that, Seth?
Yeah.
You know?
Intercontinental title. That's good. He
beat John Cena in the main event of 27. So as a champ, he walked in and he walked out the champ.
The greatest entrance, maybe one of the great intro videos to a match of all time for the two of them.
You know, put respect on Miz's name, man.
I also added the Big Show. Just because he's had so many random matches on the show, like sumo wrestlers, boxers, random matches in general, just the Big Show makes it. Bray
all
Wyatt,
losing efforts.
Yeah, all losing. Right?
Yeah.
Did he even win the Andre? No, right? I think Corbin
was
something, right?
No.
He didn't win shit.
Why is he here? Pack him up.
The next person, Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt's been he got about 6 WrestleMania. I was shocked how many he had, and the stuff I remembered. I was like, oh, he went from 30 to like 30. I want to say 35. Was his last one? Was about his last one? Well, he did one for 37, which was the Firefly Funhouse. It's a tough one that he got through.
I mean, no disrespect to the dead, but the Firefly Funhouse. Yeah, the Firefly Funhouse, that was pretty interesting and unique and memorable. And then the other memorable thing that I remember was that shit match that he had with Randy Orton and the shit match that he had with The Undertaker. So,
I give that one with The Undertaker. That one wasn't good, but I was there and I elevated that one a little bit. So that's what happened with that. But he also won the Andre the Giant Battle Royal with Matt Hardy. That counts. That gets points.
Your list is broken, and it must be deleted. Delete.
By the way, warning alert: no tag team made my list. Technically, the
I mean, why should they?
And Christian did not make it as in tag.
Why should they? Why should they?
WWE's never cared about tag teams. It's just true.
They just started caring about tag teams, and the greatest tag team to ever hit WrestleMania is now broken up. Yeet, no yeet.
Yeah. Next will be Kane, Drew McIntyre, Yokozuna.
Whoa.
Oh. Whoa.
Drew McIntyre.
Drew Mac makes it.
What are we doing with Drew McIntyre?
One, he won in a pandemic. Yes, that is true. He did.
Come on, man. He won the title in front of no fans talking about.
That's not his fault. I'm trying to everyone of you.
To another losing effort from the Big Show.
He was a horrible WrestleMania record, other than the time there was no one there to watch it. But he had the triple threat with Sheamus and Gunther last year. He had the match with Roman Reigns where he lost at 35. He had the match with Bobby Lashley at 37. He's been a fixture for WrestleMania for close to 10 years, other than the time when he wasn't there.
Well, I had dreams of broken dreams too, but like they didn't come for you, all right?
All right. Next I have Becky Lynch, Batista, Bret the Hitman Hart, Randy Savage, Chris Jericho, Sasha Banks, Randy Orton, and Trish Stratus.
I don't have any problems with any of those names. Batista, Savage, Jericho, Squasha.
They all kind of deserve
it. Mercedes Moné, like, you know. Yeah. Bret Hart is a staple for WrestleMania. You can't, you know. Randy Savage
was the beginning of WrestleMania, like early stage WrestleMania, and to this day still holds what people call as one of the greatest WrestleMania matches of all time with him and Steamboat. Like,
yeah, they still talking about it. I mean, like I just replayed it on WWE 2K24. I replayed it again with because I was doing a comparison between 2K24 40 years of WrestleMania and 2K14 30 years of WrestleMania, and it still holds up both times.
It is still like one of the matches that have been ripped off more times than any. Like everybody from, I want to say the 2000 to 2010 era, every match kind of was based off of basically the Savage and
Steamboat. I mean, Eddie and Kurt did it very wonderfully.
Yep. Next, let's see. I already said Trish Stratus. Seth Rollins, Rey Mysterio, Bianca Belair, Charlotte Flair, Rhea Ripley, Roddy Piper. I almost read that as Ronda Rousey for some reason. I don't know. I wrote the Rowdy part, and I went, Ronda? And I was like, oh.
No. Absolutely not. Ronda should be nowhere near this list. Nowhere near this list. But I made a WrestleMania. Shut up. Charlotte and Becky was there too. And you ate the pin.
She almost made it.
and she ate the pin. Get the fuck out of here.
She was this close. I considered it. I consider Ronda, who's left off the list. I want to clarify. Ronda is not on the list. Piper is on. But Ronda was close because her actions at 31 was a big deal when she did, quote unquote, break Stephanie's arm. She had her debut match at WrestleMania 34.
Pack that up. It was old. It's old Kurt Angle. It's Kurt Angle on good.
It was good.
It was good.
Debut.
It was good because Ronda Rousey was there, and that's it. It wasn't that her skill was great. Yeah, she herself, Ronda Rousey, green in the ring, was carrying a match with legends and Hall of Famers.
You know,
Make no dang
you give me the
sense.
argument that I may put it back on. She's a 41 at 41 right now. Because she's carrying those legends into that main event. Name unknown.
Maybe next year. Maybe next year. Because this is
Maybe she'll make
40.
the top 50. If 41, she'll make it. All right. He must not be named at 13. That's Vince.
Yeah. DKM.
Kofi Kingston. All right, so now we're in the nitty gritty of like the all timers, basically. At this point, where I just was like, these are the first things that come to mind with WrestleMania as soon as I pass Kofi. Like, Kofi had Kofi Mania is basically what it, and some Money in the Bank appearances, and New Day stuff. Hosted it a few times. He's just been around for a long time. So we get into Edge, Daniel Bryan, who had a hell of a run for about 10 years or whatever.
Bryan Danielson probably has prior people are gonna hate me for saying this stuff. Prior to Bryan Danielson winning the WWE World Heavyweight Championship and the WWE Championship at WrestleMania 30, 10 years prior to that, Eddie Guerrero and Chris Benoit held the ring in what was the greatest moment in WrestleMania history, arguably. Yeah. And then he did it. So now he owns it.
He had one of the great moments of like celebrating overcoming the odds and everything. And then on top of that, how can I have him not on the list if he had the Kofi Kingston moment of dropping the belt, the Kofi Kingston in a match where he was the villain and all that. And it was like, oh, this is a perfect opponent for him right here.
It's funny because if you look at the Bryan Danielson character now, him in AEW, he's doing all the Kofi Manias to everyone in AEW now. He just did it. He just did the job at Revolution, so.
Well, I believe it's time to get Bryan Danielson's due. Is call him the Dream Match King because it's everybody he wrestles is basically a dream match of some kind.
He's about to wrestle. He's about to wrestle Ospreay soon. You seen that shit yesterday?
Hey, hold on. When depending on when it's aired, they may have already wrestled. They may have already wrestled. Or they're wrestling this weekend at AEW Dynasty.
Look, I got a crystal ball.
Yeah, I know. You can see the future. I know. By the way, we taped this like 8 months ago. So
8 months in advance. It is taped.
Yeah. Last time we taped this, MJF was champion. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, remember that debacle, the Undisputed Kingdom. Oh.
Good times. All right. Let's continue. Edge.
Surprise!
Edge has to be on there.
Surprise! Adam Cole's not on your list.
For what? Managing wrestling?
The greatest takeover king.
He wouldn't even get it. He wouldn't even get the takeover king.
Who'd you give the takeover king to?
The takeover king would be
See, that I'll give Sami Zayn or Johnny Gargano.
Yeah, it's Gargano or maybe even Balor. Somewhere around there. I can also argue for Asuka.
Shinsuke's got an Asuka, Shinsuke.
Yep.
Shinsuke's run was crazy.
I'm gonna say them with the 4 Horsewomen's run and all those takeovers, all crazy. All amazing matches. From whatever Sasha Bailey to Charlotte and all that, every single different combination of all that to Asuka versus that, even Ember Moon. The women I would say women are the takeover kings, to be honest.
You know what? I'm gonna have to agree with that. Shout out to women. It is Women's History, Women's Appreciation Month.
Last month. Last
month.
In March.
Yeah, it was. Crystal ball, man.
Do detective work and be like, oh, he said last month, so this was recorded on March. Moving on to Triple H. He has a very horrible record at WrestleMania.
I mean, like the matches that he's produced with literally almost damn near everybody, including the Tribal Chief, including the GOAT John Cena, including Undertaker. He had matches with Batista, the aforementioned Randy Orton, Big Show,
Yeah,
losing effort, obviously.
Yeah, it'd be tough to talk about who had the greatest WrestleMania opponents of all time, and Triple H might be up there. Well, Shawn probably wins Undertaker, but Triple H is up there in a lot of losing efforts of fighting literally everybody. Like, he's in a match with Ronda and Kurt, whatever. He fought Roman, Undertaker, Shawn, or
Bryan.
Did he fight Shawn? He never fought Shawn at Mania, huh? No.
Not at Mania, no.
Never at Mania.
But, yes, he did. Yes, he did. With another who shall not be named.
Yeah, the other. Yeah. Yes. Yep. But he has a lot of WrestleMania matches and moments and stuff, and it's just like, it'd be impossible to leave him off. Roman Reigns, the greatest main eventer of all time in the history of WrestleMania, because he has the most of all time. I believe 40 will be him passing Hogan or Cena, whoever was number one before, but it's light years ahead of all of them. And I don't even know how we count this one, because if this week he's going main event night 1 and then main event night 2, do you get 2 main events?
That's double. He gets 2 main events. He gets 2 main events.
And I think he's one of the best final bosses we've ever had to, like, in villains in wrestling. Just like, he has to be beat at this point, otherwise it's like ridiculous. It's like, it's imperative he loses.
Well, if it's anything like when I went to Monday Night Raw this last Monday, so
yeah. Cody Rhodes next on this list, and you may say, "What? I don't know if he has enough WrestleMania."
See, I don't think that he's the guy to be talking about. He should get packed up too for now.
See,
packed up for now.
You're only thinking.
I'm not thinking of last year. I'm not thinking of last year either. I watched Big Show go through a table. I mean, like, not go through a table. I mean, he did after WrestleMania, but like before that, I've watched him lose to Randy Orton and Ted DiBiase. So I mean, like, what has he really done at WrestleMania except lose? What has he done?
They're all losing. Okay, but he has the losing effort last year. He's main eventing this
year. He won against Seth
this year. He's double main eventing this year. Fought last year in a losing effort, and then fought Seth Rollins the year before, and before he got injured and whatnot. And then he also has Stardust stats in ladder matches and other dashing Cody Rhodes matches with Randy Orton and whatnot. He's there. He's not probably high on the list. But
he shouldn't be nowhere near these. He shouldn't be nowhere near the echelon of echelons that we're talking about here. I mean, we're not even there yet.
This is not I told you, this is just a numbered list of people who popped in my
head. Yeah.
This isn't.
Got you.
He isn't. I'm not giving him 7th greatest WrestleMania wrestler of all time.
Right. But like, for him to be on
had a
this
Kurt Angle, who
list,
I have at 50 on this list, or 40 at this list. It's not 40 officially.
It's just from the top of your head. But like, Cody Rhodes. When I think of WrestleMania, I'm thinking Cody Rhodes. I'll put Lex Luger before Cody Rhodes.
Oh, what? Oh, what? Look at him making this list. Get out of here. The Lex Express. Get out of here with that. Get out of here.
I need a
hero. All right. Here we go. A mainstay. Again, with Steve Austin, multiple main events. The Rock. It's impossible to leave him off this list, basically.
Impossible.
He's the biggest star to ever come out of wrestling ever. Like, basically. The biggest star to ever come out of
other than Hulk Hogan, then yeah. You gotta go with the times.
Now, even in the times, The Rock is bigger than Hulk Hogan in wrestling and in just life. Like, he
comparable
he's a billionaire almost.
Comparable to when it was, The Rock is doing what Hulk Hogan was doing back in the 80s right now. It's going to be a lot more money. It's going to be bigger. It's going to be better, obviously. And
but Hogan never got the movie deals and running.
What you mean? Have you not seen Rock?
Real movies.
Rocky?
Real movies. Real movies.
That's not a real movie.
Hogan was in.
That's not a real movie.
Yeah, Jungle Cruise is
movie. I didn't see The Rock on any television shows that aired weekly. Hogan
Young
did
Rock.
that
Young Rock.
as himself.
Yeah, he hosted game
As
shows.
himself.
He hosted game
Does he have
shows
a
like
Does he have a cartoon? Does he have a cartoon? No. He doesn't have a
No,
cartoon.
you know what? He
Hulk
does have
Hogan
a
and
movie.
Friends.
Oh no, he has a movie, a successful Disney movie called Moana in animated form. So it's more successful than Hulk Hogan and Friends.
Okay. You know what? I'm gonna give you that. Okay.
The Rock
You're
is the
welcome.
most successful wrestler of all time.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And Hulk Hogan doesn't have a rap video either. Okay.
Nope, he doesn't. He doesn't.
He don't got drive.
Videos with saying N-words.
He don't got. Hey, that wasn't Hulk Hogan. Okay, that was Terry Bollea. Hulk Hogan. That was Terry Bollea. That wasn't Hulk Hogan.
Speaking of Hulk, I can bring him up. Hulk Hogan, you know, the father basically of WrestleMania. The Mania is his namesake with Hulkamania and WrestleMania, all that. Him and Piper and T and all that started the shit with the tag match and WrestleMania 1. Body slamming Andre the Giant and whatnot. You know, multiple years in main eventing.
Losing to Ultimate Warrior in a double title match. The classic that he had with Randy Savage at WrestleMania 5 at Trump Plaza.
Yeah.
It's not really
on years, but it's whatever.
Yeah, even Hogan McMahon, like that was great. Like it wasn't great as term of like technical, but as a showcase of a match at 19, that was a great match to watch.
Two
like
50-year-old basically fighting,
just beating the hell out of each other. Like
50-year-old man going
at
it.
You know,
Stone Cold Steve Austin comes in. You know,
you got to put him in there.
I don't know what to say without oversaying Steve Austin, the man that saved WWE from WCW, essentially the one man show.
When Mike Tyson punches your opponent, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a big deal. Like I know we gloated about Hogan and The Rock and all the accolades, but Steve Austin speaks for himself. And I would just say, even in his later 50s, when he has the match with Kevin Owens, where you can just go, "Oh, they had a real legit match here," and it wasn't even him trying. And it's just like, fucking love Steve Austin. It's just,
like look at the matches that he had with people on this list at the show of shows. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
there's no way
the Bret Hart match comes to mind.
Yep. 13 is just iconic. I don't know if there's a better executed match than WrestleMania 13, than everything just being perfect. Just like from move to logic to the making of Steve Austin, to the iconic blood dripping off his face and not giving up, and to Bret Hart turning on the world at that moment. It was just like there was nothing that made a wrestler better.
There's two matches that come to mind, and they both happened at WrestleMania 16, which is WrestleMania 2000. That would be the Triple Threat ladder match, and also the Triple Threat IC and European Championships on the line at the same time, with He Who Must Not Be Named, Jericho, and Angle.
Yeah.
So that comes to mind.
John Cena, or the greatest of all time.
The GOAT.
Cena.
The GOAT. He's basically LeBron James of wrestling, like right now. So
he's the only guy on this list that when people bring up, they will not have any outside the ring issues with. Like when you get to the top, everybody seems to have an issue with someone, like whatever. Like
if Stone Cold is Michael Jordan, then John Cena is definitely LeBron James.
Yeah, or something like that. I wouldn't know how to rank him in basketball. Like then it gets iffy. I'm like, who's the greatest of all time? You know. Then we have the Undertaker at 2, or whatever. And this one I went back and forth of, because 1 and 2, I was thinking this was originally when this could be a list, and I was like, who is number 1 and 2? And I was like, nah, Undertaker's 2. He has more duds than Shawn Michaels, is who I will put number 1 as Mr. WrestleMania.
Yeah, even though Undertaker has more wins there is a lot of duds that is in there. I mean, even from the first two, uh, the first three,
You can start with Giant
7, 8.
Gonzalez right off the jump.
Well, no, because like the first three matches that he had was Snuka, Jake the Snake, and then Giant Gonzalez. So that's 7, 8, and 9.
Whew.
Those were trash. Those were all trash.
Yeah. The Giant Gonzalez is on DQ. It's on DQ.
You know what I'm saying? So 7, 8, 9. 10 he didn't. Yeah, 10 he didn't wrestle. 11 he went against Diesel, I believe, and won. And that's when he started having those good matches.
Yeah, I don't remember the order of which, but he fought Diesel, or was it Sid on one of them? I can't remember.
No, Sid was 13.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so there was a lot of some duds. And then the streak really begins to get into high gear, and it's just on whether it's gets
Look,
Edge,
once he started
Punk, fucking
once he started fighting, once he fought Kane at Mania 14, everything, the quality of it just started growing.
I'm gonna say
even the dud, even the dud of Nathan Jones and freaking Matt Bloom and Big Show and Paul White, like that was a dud at 19.
Duds. Now Shawn Michaels has 0 duds in WrestleMania. I don't know. He might have one that I can't remember. But
no, look, man, Michaels
is classics. This is the top
Michaels.
What we do on the show. Bang! He has like 25 of them.
Like Michaels, if you look back at his WrestleMania career, has started all the way from WrestleMania 2 at the Battle Royal, with the football players and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that's a long time. You know what I'm saying? And then each WrestleMania that he's a part of, whether it's him tagging with Jannetty, him being on his own at WrestleMania 9 against Tatanka, the boyhood dream came true at WrestleMania 12, the classic that he had with Kurt Angle at 20, the classic that he had the year prior to that with Jericho at 19. So there's just so much. I mean, the WrestleMania 25 that I attended in Houston, and then following in Phoenix with Undertaker, and it's incredible.
Even his side work, even in the Hell in a Cell match with Triple H, the end of the era match where he's just a referee, he's still like great, just hanging around, just like his performance of just being like, oh my God, what are they doing and shit like that. And you just go like, fuck, this guy. Everything he did at WrestleMania was just like the best thing possible. Whether it's getting Steve Austin over, wrestling him with his back all in shambles too. It's like, what the fuck? Like, it's really hard to argue against Shawn. Yeah.
You could see why NXT is doing so well right now with Triple H at the helm and then Shawn Michaels right underneath, building these young stars together with the minds that both of those two have. The sky's the limit for these kids.
Yeah. So is there anybody you think that I left out that should be added to this?
I was gonna say the whole fucking show, Rob Van Dam, but like he didn't really do anything of significance,
Not a Mania guy. There are people who aren't Mania guys.
I was thinking of it's not that. I mean, Owen should be here.
Owen, I consider a lot. I consider a lot. Like his WrestleMania 10 match with Brett is phenomenal, and it's just one of the best matches ever.
That match alone should just put him on the list. But if that was the case, if that was the criteria, then a lot of guys would be on this list. So I can understand that. If I'm really thinking about it, I can't. You could argue Moxley, but you can argue is Brock Lesnar on this list?
Brock made my list, yes. Brock has to make it just because he's been around for years.
Oh, he's on the list. He's on this list.
He's in the middle somewhere.
I mean, WrestleMania 19, the dud with Goldberg.
There's some stuff that I was like, Brock, this is ugly. The Roman matches aren't really that good.
I mean, he's just a body.
31 I liked 31, but everybody seemed to hate it.
He's literally a body. the controversial win over the Undertaker, being the one to break the streak. So
Yeah.
you know,
He opened with Seth, I think it was at 35 in New York.
yeah, he got
Opened?
smoked.
Yeah.
And he got fucking smoked for the red belt.
He's on there, but it's like I consider adding Pete Rose for fun because it's just Kane total for like 3 years straight was funny as hell. He's not a wrestler or whatnot, so that's why I added him. But I was like, you know,
if I was to put somebody on this list that's not a wrestler, I would definitely put Mean Gene, Bobby Heenan, and Howard Finkel.
Oh, absolutely. They're like, it's no way I would not add like Bobby Heenan. Cause for me, that he is the early stages of WrestleMania, and even Jesse Ventura, just for their
Jesse the Body, Gorilla Monsoon.
Yeah, early WrestleMania is like the
voices.
The voices
Jim Ross.
In your head.
Yeah, Jim Ross.
Commentary. Like
Michael Cole. Michael Cole deserves to be on this list.
You know, he is.
There was a time
at WrestleMania.
There was a time that I couldn't stand Michael Cole, but I've grown. Just like me growing older, there was a time I really hated John Cena, but as you get older, you mature enough to understand their greatness. So shout out to Michael Cole and shout out to John Cena.
John Cena like is an interesting one of like, oh, he's getting all his flowers now. Like he was getting torn up when he was on top of the world.
06 to 2015. Getting ate up. 06 to 2015, we were just like, fuck Cena. And I think it was at 2015 that we were just like, he's helping.
Yeah,
he's doing what he's supposed to do.
When he lost the
Punk challenge.
When he lost the Punk, I think that's when people were like, you know what, he's not that bad of a guy. But he went through hate. If you want to know how much hate John Cena got, just watch ECW. I think it's part 2, right? When I Stand 2 versus RVD.
Yes.
That was imagine the entire
in New York.
You like that. Yeah.
In New York. Thank you, Edge. Thank you, Edge.
So that was the 40 greatest WrestleMania matches. I'm going to put all the wrestlers in the description below. Please argue and rearrange them. Give me your top 10 of who you think should be the greatest WrestleMania people of all time. Yeah, because you'll be shocked to think about like a lot of the greats they don't really have many. It's like there's some people you go like, fuck, WrestleMania is a special event where some people don't have it. Like Sheamus is someone that's been a fixture at WrestleMania, has only had maybe 2 good matches.
I mean, like it's not even about the matches; it's about the moments, right? So there was a botched moment where, like, you know, he did win the Royal Rumble. He squashed Bryan Danielson in like 6 seconds or some shit like that.
Yeah,
it was terrible.
Yep,
it's terrible.
Or maybe it was 14 seconds. Whatever. It was a terrible moment. It's both for both of them. Like you think Bryan Danielson,
remember,
you think like they're fucking.
Remember. Remember the League of Nations win over the New Day? Crazy.
Yep. You know who almost Miro/Rusev almost made my list just to come out in the tank, and I was like, all he did was come out in the
just
tank.
For the tank. Just for the tank.
No,
my son came out in a tank. And wasn't he the champ? Yikes.
Yeah, a lot of people I considered. Razor Ramon I considered. But I only associate him with WrestleMania's 10's ladder match, really.
There was that match that he had with Stone Cold, but you know, the Goldust match at I think it was 11. So
yeah, he was still not like didn't click. Him or Diesel didn't like. I associate them with WCW more than I would associate them with WrestleMania or anything like that.
Yeah, he's more of a bash at the beach kind of guy. You know what I'm saying? For life.
Yeah, for life. You know why I'm here? The Ultimate Warrior did not make my list, and I, considered it.
He
won the title. He beat Hogan, but that's kind of
not enough.
A bunch of duds. A bunch of
a loss to Rick Rude.
yeah.
You know, losing the tournament in the tournament. The Macho Man retirement match. Like he wins the match, but the moment is the Machos anyway.
Yeah,
So
everybody else is like bigger in that moment, and like the end of WrestleMania 6 with him is good. And then you go, okay,
peak.
that's his moment, that's his peak, and that's it.
That's his peak. He peaked.
Yeah, and it's like that's the end. That's kind of the end of the Warrior at that moment.
He peaked.
But yeah, that's the list. That's the list I came up with. I came up with it like just on the fly right before we recorded this show. Basically, like, oh, let me see if I can do this. Who's out there? Who's not? Oh. You know, at some points it got tough because I was like, do they have enough moments? Do I care? Like, you know, but like even Andre, like I added Andre. He has basically one moment. He's on like a few of them.
No.
He doesn't do much.
WrestleMania 1, the body slam. WrestleMania 2. No. 3 is Hogan.
Oh,
WrestleMania 3 is Hogan.
Yeah, I know which one now. Yeah.
Andre body slammed.
WrestleMania 3.
Andre body slammed Big John Studd at WrestleMania 1, tossed the money. WrestleMania 2, he won the Battle Royal against NFL players. Tossed them the fuck out of there. Gets body slammed by Hulk Hogan. Is the sole reason why Hogan doesn't win the tournament, so that's a plus. 5, he gets kicked out of the Heenan family, and that's really the end of Andre after that.
Yeah, but shout out to Andre. Well, I'm looking for the next 10 years of WrestleMania of who are going to be on the list in the top 50.
If I don't see Odyssey Jones and Obi Femi like team up and just try to take out these guys,
I imagine these people who I think will be guaranteed in the top 50. I have Obi Femi. I don't know if that's a guarantee, but whatever. Fuck it. Braun Breaker. Tiffany
Braun Breaker for sure. Stratton, Mello Williams.
Maybe. I don't know. Mello and Trick, maybe. I can see
Mello and Trick. Mello and Trick is going to be the next Gargano Ciampa.
Yeah, but they ain't got no moments.
They have moments in NXT.
Mania? Oh yeah, but not Mania.
I'm saying if you give them if you give DIY time to cook as DIY and let the betrayal naturally happen like KO and Sammy, then you're gonna have something there.
Yep.
I mean, it worked for KO and Sammy to do the whole bloodline thing, to bring it back to main event, to bring it back. You got to do it. Like that's just how it goes.
Also,
Fight forever.
Gunther will probably be on the next list too, as well. He just doesn't
Gunther,
have enough work at. Gunther's like,
I mean,
you know, he's a monster in general. But
you want to talk about You want to talk about a takeover king? It's Gunther.
Gunther's one of them. Yeah. Do we count the UK takeovers? I don't know.
Yes, you do.
I don't know if we count.
Look,
that's what I'm saying.
Cardiff against Joe Coffey. People don't talk about that shit, but that shit was good as hell, boy.
No, he has so many.
It was super good.
Yeah.
Pete Dunne at Wales.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, ooh.
Tyler Bate getting whipped up. There's so many.
Tyler Bate in London, yo.
Well, he has an American takeover with Dragunov. I think this is 2. American takeover at Dragunov, and then he had the takeovers and might be Cardiff again. I can't remember which word they were at for it.
Man, yo.
Gunther has a resume, and he's like at what, 1 Mania? He had 1.
You know what's really crazy? His other resume, like not WWE resume, is equally as impressive.
Yeah,
wins over Ospreay and like it's just madness. How much Pete Riddle he got wins off of everybody in the UK.
If you were English and you went through Gunther, you probably lost. Or just a wrestler in general.
He got a win over who's the Japanese kid? Dang, son, I forgot which Japanese guy. It was a Noah guy. He beat the hell out of that boy. I was like, God damn. That was when he was fat.
Yep. Well, that concludes today's show. We talk about Fat Gunther, and when he's fat, we don't say he was fat. That was when he was Walter.
Yeah. When he was Walter.
When he was Walter. When he was over Walter. When he weighed a little.
There was
bit
no
much.
such thing. There was Marcel Bartel and what's his name?
Fabian Eichner.
Fabian Eichner and Marcel Bartel with Walter. But now we got Ludwig Kaiser.
What's the other guy? Wolf. What's his
Axel Wolf. Axel Wolf. Yeah. Don't get mad at us because LA Knight's not on this list. He has no manias.
Yeah, don't get mad at AJ Styles not on this list.
AJ Styles doesn't deserve to be. AJ Styles doesn't deserve to be on this list.
Hey,
and I'm a big AJ guy, but he does not. Logan Paul doesn't deserve to be on this list either. He's too green. He's too green.
He has the last few years, and then
he's got wins. He's got wins.
He's gonna have next year. He's gonna have this year, and probably gonna be there next year. In fact, he might even become world champion by next year.
World champion, huh?
Or WWE champion. One of I'm talking about the main titles.
Him and Cody. Him and Cody. The same. All right. So we got. His brother is gonna fight Mike Tyson. Do you think that there's gonna be a pay-per-view that weekend with Logan and Cody, or Logan and Roman again?
Oh, they got
or whoever the champion is, or
the fight's on Netflix. This could be a great way to be like, hey, let's bring up WWE on Netflix and tune into Peacock. WWE will be present for that shit for sure. Anyway, find Jemal at the Mid Card Best Podcast right here. The link's right here. SoundCloud. The number 3. You can read. 3 pages of Jemal, accusing people of not reading. You can find me here all week. We're doing all the watch-alongs this week. The NXT takeovers, the WrestleManias, our reaction to the Raw After Mania. You can find all that here on this channel with me, Manny, Eric, and whoever else is around these days. So tune in for that. I'm sure there'll be a live ETE that week as well to talk about the fallout of Mania. How Cody didn't finish the story one more time.
One more time.
One more time.
Adrenaline in my soul. Yes, I lost. I'm Cody Rhodes.
Rock's the champ after Mania. Whoa!
You don't need smoke and mirrors. Watch. Smoke and Mirrors is gonna play first, and then he's gonna come out to Kingdom. Watch. I'm calling it.
I expect that.
They're gonna even play that Stardust bullshit. Stephen Amell's gonna come. Stephen Amell's gonna come as Stardust.
They do the entrance like Sting's last match of all his gimmicks. 10 DiBiase as the other one.
They're gonna have Dustin from AEW pop up as Gold.
Yeah, free Dustin. Tony, free Dustin for like a week before the next 2 months. Then I'm right with Cody White.
He's not gonna show up as Dustin. He's gonna be Gold.
All right. We'll see you guys next week for another show. Goodbye. So long. Farewell.